Hello everyone, this is Big Bird Big Daddy, and I know I referenced some stuff from my welcome video um, uh, for this narration, but I accidentally deleted my old narration, so this is a brand new one. So when I reference stuff from this video, there's nothing to reference, if you understand what I'm saying. Um, Putting that aside now, this is a brand new narration, and let's just get started now. This is a UU battle against FreddiGuntair, who I met on the Smogan forums, and I hope you enjoy it all. So, watch and enjoy. So, let's start. So, I'm going to start with my Alakazam, as my opponent leads off with a Tauros. I don't know what this Tauros wants to do, but I know I can live a hit from it. And I know it's Intimidate. It doesn't matter because I'm not a physical attacker. So I'm just going to go straight for a Focus Blast as he goes for a return. And I'm slower. I'm thinking it's because I'm modest and not timid. And because his Tauros outspeeds me. Unless Tauros is naturally fast. I think he is. But I'm able to take it because I have my Focus Sash, and hopefully I don't miss my Focus Blast, and I don't. So I'm able to hit this Tauros back with a Focus Blast, which is great for me. And I'm sorry about my computer. It's kind of being weird right now. It's a bad computer. Anyway, we go for a Focus Blast, and it takes out the Tauros in one hit. So it's great news for me. I'm up in early 6-5, and Tauros is a heavy hitter, so I'm glad it's out of the way now. And now my opponent's going to bring in a Spiritomb. And I don't want it doing anything crazy like Calm Minding or Will-O-Wisping my team. So I'm just going to go for a Taunt. That's a safe play. Just in case he has Pursuit, I don't want to switch out. And he does go for a Calm Mind, so I don't think he has Pursuit at this point. So I'm just going to switch out into my Blaziken to resist any Dark-type moves he might have. And he just goes for a Dark Pulse, which I resist, which is good. And that's not going to do much to me at all. And I'm going to go for a Fire Blast to see how much it does. But he decides to switch out, and he switches into a Registeel, which is interesting, to say the least. So I hit it with a Fire Blast, and this is going to do a lot. I'm thinking he switched it out, thinking I might go for a Blaze Kick or something, or I might try setting up, and he might want to either T-Wave me, or he might want to set up Stealth Rocks of his own. But I just go straight for a Fire Blast, and it does a lot. And it leaves it low enough that a Vacuum Wave can kill it, because I don't want to go for a Fire Blast and risk it missing, and it's really not needed. So I go for a Vacuum Wave, and luckily I take it out. So that's great for me. I already took out his Registeel and his Tauros. Especially the Registeel is a big threat. So he's going to send in his own Blaziken, and I'm thinking the reason he brought it in is because it's Scarfed. So I'm going to go into Alakazam as Death Fodder to take whatever move it throws at me, and it's going to lock himself in the Stone Edge. So I feel safe bringing in my Dugtrio, my Life Orb Dugtrio, and trapping it in as it's locked in the Stone Edge. And I'm going to go for a Life Orb Stabbed Earthquake, which should take out this Blaziken. Because Blazikens are rarely invested in defense, if any. I don't think they are. So this is a stab super effective hit. And plus Life Orb, this should definitely take out the Blaziken. And fortunately for me, I believe it does. So it's good news for me. I've taken out 3 of his pokes. And I'm looking really good right now. I've only lost 1. So it's 5-3 right now. And I don't know what he wants to bring in next. And he brings in the Spiritomb again. Now, I don't know what I should do here. So I just stay in and try to Earthquake it and see how much it does. And it does okay damage, I guess. Dugtrio doesn't have the greatest attack in the world. And Spiritomb is bulky. And it looks like a 3-hit KO, possibly. Just looking at that. And he's going to go for Calm Mind. So I'm thinking he probably has Rest. I'm thinking he has Rest, and maybe Rest Sleep Talk. So I'm just going to keep Earthquaking it and get it low, and hope he keeps Calm Minding. That's really what I want him to do. And that second Earthquake looks like it does about the same, if not more. So I'm thinking after Leftovers, this third Earthquake should, I don't know if it should, but it has a chance to knock out the Spiritome. So I just decide, you know what, I'm going to go for it. So I go for my third Earthquake, hoping that this will take out his Spiritome. And it doesn't. It lives with a sliver of health. You can't even see the health bar. I can, at least. And he gets off at Rest, which is bad. So I think he's at +2 right now, Spec Attack and Spec D. And he's at full health, and my Dugtrio is at really low health. At least Stealth Rocks aren't up, so I can switch out Dugtrio and save him for later. And I can go into my Hitmontop. And the reason I do this is because my Hitmontop has Foresight, which will allow me to ignore Spiritome's Ghost typing and hit it with a Stab Super Effective Close Combat. So I'm hoping he doesn't Sleep Talk like an attacking move or whatever. And he Sleep Talks Rest, which is great for me, and that might come into play later. So I go for a Foresight, and he's still asleep. And I'm hoping he Sleep Talks Rest again, because that would be awesome for me if he does. But he doesn't. He Sleep Talks a Calm Mind. So now he's at +3 Spec Attack and +3 Spec D. Now I'm just going to hit it with a Close Combat. And this should do a lot of damage because it's super effective now that it's lost its Ghost typing. And Hitmontop isn't a slouch when it comes to attack. And it does more than half. So I know it's a 2-hit KO for sure. And I know I can live a +3 Dark Pulse because I resist it. And Hitmontop is a beast. So he's going to go for his Dark Pulse. And I'm thinking maybe I'll live with a little less than half. Maybe around half. And I see my hit points keep dropping. And I'm like, oh, he got a crit. But I live with 19 hit points. I'm just breathing a sigh of relief right now. And I'm like, wow, that was close. Imagine if he got his fourth Calm Mind up, that first Sleep Talk. So that might have played a role. But now I can just go for a Close Combat and know from this health and from the damage it did before, I know it'll kill this time. So lucky me, I take out the Spiritome now. And I am just ecstatic. Because a +3 Spiritome is, it's dangerous. Anything with a lot of boost is dangerous. So my Hitmontop is looking weak, but he's taken out a Spiritome, which is great. And now he's going to send his Mr. Dream, his Hitmonchan. And thinking he's going to Mach Punch, I just go for a Sucker Punch to leave Hitmontop in to die. But he doesn't. He goes for a Bulk Up instead. And I'm like, okay, Bulk Up. So it's not choiced. I know that for sure now. And so I'm at 76 hit points, and I'm just going to switch out Hitmontop to use his Intimidate for later. And I'm going to go into Dugtrio as Death Fodder, see what it's going to do. And he goes for a Drain Punch. And he takes out my Dugtrio, which is sad. But it had to be done. Now, I don't see any Life Orb recoil after this attack. So I know he probably has leftovers. So I go back into Hitmontop to get the Intimidate to negate his +1 attack from the Bulk Up. And he's going to go for a Drain Punch, hoping to kill me. But amazingly, I was surprised at this myself. I live it with 6 hit points. It's great, and I get off one more Close Combat for good measure. And it's going to do a decent chunk, a little more than a third. And I'm going to get the defense drop, which really doesn't matter now because I'm at low health. And I'm right in assuming it had leftovers because it just showed it. And so now I want him to attack me. I don't want him setting a Bulk Up, so I don't go for a Sucker Punch. I just go for Close Combat on the off chance he does go for the Bulk Up. But he just goes for Ice Punch to kill me, and that's fine with me. Now I've taken out, I don't know, a good 20% of his health, maybe less. So I feel safe to go in the Swallow. And at this health, even at +1 defense, pretty sure a Stab Brave Bird will take it out. And I am right in my assumptions, as it does take it out, so that's great. So now he only has 1 poke left, and I'm hoping the rest of my teammates can handle it, whatever it is, if Swallow can't. So now my Toxic Orb activates, and I'm just waiting here to see what he has. And he sends out his Alakazam. I'm hoping it's not Scarfed, because if it isn't, then I win. Pretty much, unless it's Sashed. But if it's Sashed and it lives this U-turn, then I can just bring in Blaziken and Vacuum Wave for the win. But the U-turn is enough to kill it. It's not Sashed or anything. So that's great. That was a great game, FreddiGuntair. I had a lot of fun. And that was a great battle. Check out his channel if you would. He's a great battler. And he does Wi-Fi battles too. So I guess talk to you guys later. And I hope you enjoyed my battle. I really want any advice or comments or suggestions for my battle, for my narrating, and things that I should do differently, things to improve on. So thank you for watching, and I hope to bring you guys many more battles soon. Talk to you later, and bye.